This is the Voice of Land on the Big Play Network with your hosts, Kevin Arnold and Jay Banky.
I'm used to hearing the intro.
I don't know what we're doing, but just like the Browns don't know what they're doing, this show, I don't even know what's going to happen tonight. No one is immune. Let's just say that, because the Browns truly left everything, including their D, in Cincinnati. And tonight, no one is immune. We're letting it all out. Yeah, it's a 5-5 team, and sure, there's still a chance for other things. Doesn't matter. There's a lot of crap going on, and we're going to sift through it all right here on the Voice of Land on the Big Play Network, your Browns post-game show for the Big Play Network. And, of course, we are partnered also with LPV Productions. We are brought to you by Vector Technical, the right person, the right job, the first time, and DP Construction, LLC. I'm sure Tyler Frauda and Uncle Steve are as pissed as we are, the big Browns fans that they are, but they will still do right by you for all your concrete construction needs. Reach out to them, 330-217-4999. That is 330-217-4999. Or you can hit up Tyler LaFrada at gmail.com. I am a pissed off Kevin Arnold, and I'm sure it is a pissed off producer extraordinaire behind the proverbial glass. And yeah, I'm going to pop as many peas as I want to tonight because I am teed off, but I'm sure Peter is as well. So Peter Tellep is here with us tonight, and a late substitution call from the bullpen, you may say, from the dog's table and a legal ham to the face. My brother from another mother, Jared Bates, I am that fat guy, is here tonight. Boy, it's not going to be fun tonight, but somehow still going to be fun.
When you called me in for this show, I did not realize we were popping off peas like we were going to just pop off peas tonight. It was a crap show. It was that.
We're still going to give a better effort than the Browns did.
All right. Well, you're the host, might lead the way because I had to sit in your seat after a Browns loss. Yeah. It is not fun.
Not fun, but somehow we need to be professional, even though we are maybe, well, I shouldn't be using that word because we don't use those words on this show. I can't guarantee that maybe one subtle word may slip through. I will try my best, as Jared will and Peter will tonight, but we're just going to start right off with the Browns' utter disappointment, embarrassment, terrible performance in Foxborough, Massachusetts today, losing 45-7 to Mac Jones and Bill Belichick. I've been around the league for 30 years. This guy, I don't say nothing. The stupid New England Patriots. We lose 45-7. Jared, where are you right now with this team and with this performance?
I don't even know anymore. This team is so Jekyll and Hyde that it is unreal what is going on with this team. They come out, they throw something up against Cincinnati. We're like, oh, they're back. They're back. And then they do this to us. And it was like, maybe we should pump the brakes a little bit. Especially with the defense and the effort they put out today. But yeah.
What effort?
Exactly. There it is. What was it? A third string running back gained how many yards on us? Like, Peter, stop rolling your eyes. We're doing a live show. Nobody can see you.
I'm just trying to get, maybe some people to watch this, and maybe we can all have some sort of therapy together right now as I, hit retweet and everything. I really don't like TweetDeck, though. I'm going to call out TweetDeck, too, apparently, because every time I try to retweet something and there's a stupid GIF in the way, that just keeps popping up like a video on my phone, and I can't actually hit retweet.
So welcome to this week's edition of Browns Therapy. That's not. Is that taken?
I think
it might be.
I think
they were onto something then.
I think it was a 92.3 basket of Phelps.
Yeah,
whatever.
Is there like a Browns Therapy on Twitter too? Is that one of those Browns accounts too? I don't know.
We'll come up with something better.
Peter, for your therapeutic purposes, though, what do you need to get off your chest about this team and this just disgusting performance?
It was so bad. I'm almost not mad because it was just such a debacle that you almost couldn't, you couldn't expect anything like this bad from them. I mean, everything. The first drive was fantastic. I before the show started, I was telling you guys, it's like, oh, sweet. All right, we scored. Okay, darn, they tied it up. Okay, we're down by 7. Okay, we're down by 14. Okay, we're down by 17. It's like, when are we going to start catching up? And it's like everything just went wrong, and I'm almost like so. Honestly, Kevin coming in here and being so pissed off about it is actually kind of made it better for me, because I feel
I'm so glad that my pain can help everybody right now. Like this is. You guys always know how to make me laugh.
I mean,
I think that's the best part about this show.
You're so mad about. I mean,
Like-
I'm mad too, but it's like one of those things where it's like you're so mad that you're like, well, you can't do anything.
Hey, listen,
No,
hold on. Here, I'll make it easy for you. Offense, check mark. Defense, check mark. Coaching, another check mark. Special teams, A+. Jamie Gillen, not a check mark. What did this team do today that was actually any good? Like,
Jamie Gillen and Dearness Johnson are the only ones that get higher than a grade of F. Everybody else gets an F. And if anybody wants to say that Myles Garrett gets higher than an F, no, just because he's like out for this sack record, only cares about himself. He's showing up after they lose in stupid Halloween costumes, and now won't take accountability for anything he does wrong in press conferences. He's ready to go at the coaches. Well, the coaches had a problem, but so did your defense. Who's the leader of that defense? Oh, that's right. That's you, Myles. So you might want to get your guys to play a little bit. If you guys are salty with the coaches, or there's some sort of divide about stupid OBJ, guess what? He's in LA now. He's not going to help this team. He sent out a thank you letter to Browns fans. He should be thanking us because we gave him more than he ever gave us on the field. So thank you for actually saying thank you to us, because I'm not saying thank you to you, OBJ. Go have fun in LA with LeBron. Yeah, I love LeBron, but right now, go have fun with your friend LeBron and whatever. This whole team looks like they just want to go on vacation right now, like a team that's like a Detroit Lions that are 0-9, or I'm sorry, 0-8-1, because the Steelers are just so good. They found a way with Mason Rudolph to tie the Lions.
I was gonna say that's just it.
That loss really ticks me off even more now.
Another thing that makes it even more ridiculous today is that the Lions tied the Steelers. I mean, if you would have asked me, okay, so what's just a crazy crap that would happen in football this week? I never in a million years would have said, well, the Dolphins would have beat the Ravens. The 0-8 Lions would tie the Steelers after leading them for like the entire game.
Didn't Washington beat Tom Brady in Tampa Bay too? I mean, we'll go around the league in the next segment, but
even Dak, they threw up, what was it, 48-3 or something that Dak threw up on Atlanta. So at least we're not the worst loss. We're right there, though.
Oh, I'm sure there'll be the excuse train on Brown's Twitter. That too, man. That'll be such a fun week to go through. Every single national media member taking their shots at Cleveland, then every Browns Twitter, whatever you want to call it, making their excuses for the Browns. Like, oh, why are you talking bad about this team? What good is there to say? I don't at this point. And stop retweeting them. If you don't want to hear what they have to say, stop listening to the clip. Just scroll through. It's that easy. Take your fingers and just scroll on your phone. Take your mouse on your computer. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Hit the arrow down, down, down. Pass it by. You don't have to listen to everything that those guys say anyways. Everybody's not like, nobody's immune tonight. I'm sorry. Like, this is ridiculous. Baker Mayfield throwing, I don't know where. Like, he's just throwing at New England Patriots as if they're on the Browns. I don't know if he caught somehow has color blindness now, like I do. Like, no, like that's a genetic thing that we would have known that already. It's all bad. And note to Browns fans, I know you don't want to talk about it, but it's time to question Kevin Stefanski, people. It is time to question your head coach, because the league has adjusted to your head coach. They've adjusted to your quarterback playing under this head coach and playing in this offense. They've adjusted to everything except for, of course, our run game, which great on the first drive. Where the heck was it? Yeah, Baker throws a pick. It's his 4th of the season. Defense has got to defend inside the 10. All right, the team scores. They got momentum. Their defense has been strong all year long. You kind of had to know that this was going to be a closer game, a lower scoring game. You had to take advantage of your opportunities. No, the defense gets a stop on the Browns again. Our defense comes out and says, well, we let you go on their first drive. We let you go after you got a turnover. Why not have another? Have another. We were the Oprah Winfrey of defenses today. You get a touchdown and you get a touchdown. You get a touchdown drive. You get a 90-plus yard touchdown drive. You get a 90-plus yard touchdown drive. This was the first time under Bill Belichick with New England that the Patriots had 3 90-plus yard touchdown drives. It never got good from anybody except Jamie Gillen and Dearness Johnson putting his body on the line for all other 4 running backs. Boy, they better take him out to dinner for taking that kind of punishment. The whole team better take him out to dinner.
Well, he's the only one that showed up. I mean, he rushed for almost 100 yards. He was the leading receiver for your team. So, yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to figure out. I'm with you about Stefanski right now. You got to question this because I understand. Where'd he go? Penn? He went to an Ivy League school.
I think it was Penn, yeah.
He goes to Penn. Why are you trying to be the smartest person in the room?
Penn or Princeton. I think it was a P. See, we're still popping peas. I don't know.
Popping peas.
Yeah, that should have been the show.
But I mean, you're sitting there, your bread and butter is your run game, and Dearness in that first drive, and I asked you guys before the show even came, like he went down, he had 60 yards in like the first quarter, and it was like, well, let's go 5 wide now. Let's go cowboy up. Like, what are you doing?
Well,
this is not this team.
They're going to expect the run.
And people saying that, yeah, you can't make a guy have 40 carries in a game, but yeah, sure. Like, I thought that there was a plan for possibly using Jarvis in that, trying to get him involved. He was supposed to be your main wide receiver now. Find other ways to get him involved.
How many catches did he have today?
I
know one. I remember one.
I think 4 for like 26 yards. Let me hold on.
I don't like the attitude of this team was it seemed like something else is going on beyond just a bad outing on the field.
4 for 26.
Okay.
No, he did great.
Yeah, that was
spectacular.
Hold on. He's second on our receiving.
Oh,
behind Dearness Johnson. Okay. By the way, third is Austin Hooper for 4 catches for 25 yards, but at least he got a touchdown today.
Oh, well, yeah, at least
someone did.
At least someone did, get that first drive, those first 15 plays, that's script. Oh. Kevin Stefanski is Mr. Script, but not much else. Like, this team hasn't, I think I saw somewhere on Twitter or like some sort of stat after the game that this team hasn't scored over 17 points for 5 of the last 6 games or something like that. That's not acceptable.
No.
This team was supposed to take steps forward in this offense. We thought that there was more to the playbook. If there's not more to the playbook than last year and teams have adjusted to the entire playbook, boy, you got bigger problems. You got bigger fish to fry than just going at Baker for throwing an interception and claiming that this guy didn't do this or that guy didn't do that. There's a whole big problem because where do you go then? How do you adjust back to the NFL if there's nothing left in that playbook? They were supposed to turn a page. They kept it simple last year to then hopefully build this year with all we heard all off season. Oh, like this is the first time Baker Mayfield and this offense gets to come back with the same coaching staff. No one left. The same head coach, the same offensive coordinator, the same offensive line coach, the same running back coach on down the line. I don't see it. I don't know. Like, you got to question Baker Mayfield. You got to question Myles Garrett as a leader of that defense. You know what really ticked me off after the game, and we'll get to a break here in a second. And I think we need to talk about this after the break. John Johnson III mentioned something. We'll actually go to break with this. John Johnson III mentioned something that the Patriots did against their defense that really has me questioning this coaching staff and the leadership on this team. We will get to that on the other side of this Browns postgame show, your Big Play Network's official Browns postgame show. This is the voice of the land on that very said Big Play Network.
Whether you're looking to hire new talent or start a new career, Vector Technical has you covered. Vector Technical is a 28-year-old staffing firm that has helped thousands of job seekers advance in their career with reputable partners throughout Northeastern Ohio. Vector Technical is more than just a temp agency. With an above-average hire-in rate of 1 in 4 candidates, Vector works hard to connect the right person with the right opportunity the first time. Vector Technical hires for skilled manufacturing and light industrial work and is sure to have a career that you've been looking for. To learn more, visit our website at www.vectortechnicalinc.com.
Welcome back to the Voice of the Land, your Browns post-game show on the Big Play Network. Kevin Arnold alongside our producer extraordinaire, Peter Tellep, and our special guest tonight, filling in for Always Positive, Jay, who is on assignment tonight. That is Jared Bates. I am that fat guy. You can catch him on the Dog's Table, also on the Big Play Network, Tuesdays at 8, but live on Legal Hand to the Face, 6 p.m.,
Yes.
of course, on all social media sites as well. So follow those guys, Big Bri, Vinny, all those guys, big friends of the show. This is the first time you and I have actually been in the same room outside of lives where there's a bunch of people at the table and we're kind of on either side. This is the first time we're right across from each other.
I know. I told Peter I don't have to do anything tonight. I can just sit here and just let you go. Just all I gotta do is I gotta turn the knife just a little bit and then just sit back and go, all right, wait till commercial break. Let's do it.
Yeah, you do know how to do that very well.
I know.
So that's why we bring you in. And we went to break talking about something that John Johnson III mentioned after the game, what Mac Jones and this offense was able to do.
No, I haven't heard this. So
I'm going to paraphrase because I don't have the exact quote in front of me, but he basically said that the Patriots they watched a lot of film from the Browns defense this year and played on the things that have plagued them early on in the season. That is a problem.
Yes.
The things that plagued them early in the year. Oh, let's see. End arounds, the jet sweeps, the reverses by receivers, guys wide open, taking advantage of open space in front of them. Guys playing 3-5 yards off, picking things off on the sideline, misdirection, zone,
playing the zone.
In week 10, how are you allowing a team to play on things that plagued you early in the season? I thought you're supposed to be getting better, not making the same mistakes.
Well, we thought they made that step with Cincinnati because they started playing man press. They were all over those wide receivers, and it was like, oh, we're playing the Patriots. Their wide receivers are just okay. Let's play a soft zone again.
Yeah,
and see what happens.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, they're okay. They can catch the ball, and when you have the nearest defender is 10 feet away, at the minimum, it's there were very few. It seems like the only times our backs broke up a play is because they were holding. So
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, we thought that our leader in the secondary, Denzel Ward, the warden over there, was going to, take strides forward after that 99-yard interception return for a touchdown. Yeah, he was picked apart. Greg Newsome picked apart. John Johnson III picked apart.
Now, Greg Newsome, yes, technically picked apart, but Greg Newsome actually was a couple of the passes that I saw. He was all over the guy. It was just a perfect pass. And you know something? I played out on a defensive line. You got a rookie quarterback. How the hell are you not blitzing? Sorry, they use the H word.
That's fine.
How the hell are you not blitzing this guy? I would put 6, 7. I would do an all-out blitz just to change it up a little bit. I didn't see any of that today with this defense.
Don't worry. On the broadcast, they made sure to mention that the Browns have rarely blitzed. They've rarely gone into actual blitz packages and try to use that front to get.
Hold on. At what point in time do you do that then? You're already down, 38-7? Are you going to do anything, or are you just going to play a prevent defense, just check it out and get the hell out of there?
They played a prevent defense all day long. I would love to see a defense that, I understand that they came into today number 3 overall in the NFL as a defense. So you can't get on them too much. Look at them picking up the offense all year long. Okay. Yeah. The offense should have picked up the defense today because they didn't have a great game. But the defense shouldn't play that bad, and they're not a top 5 defense if you actually watch them. I know statistically they have done enough to put themselves in the top 5 overall. They have not done that this season. How many third downs are you going to give up? They got their first 6.
All the third downs.
6
All
of
the
6.
third downs.
A rookie quarterback, man.
Hey, hold on. And it's third down. I wanted to do it because Jay's not here. You know what that means in my book? And it's first down.
That's exactly what I was going to say. The same thing. Every single time I am working events outside of the stadium for the job that I am doing right now, and I hear it's third down, I say, don't worry, they'll pick it up. And then the stadium just goes quiet.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
You hear the snap, you hear the crowd rise. Oh,
and 3rd and 13, they got 13 and a half first down. All right.
3rd and 23. This team is just backing himself up. They're holding. They're everything. This defense, just keep everything in front of you. 3rd and 23.
Well, we were at Jake and I were at the Arizona game, and we're
By the way, Jacob, I am so sorry that was your first game ever to go to for Browns game. I'm so sorry, bud.
But the thing is, what's so frustrating is you have these third down and longs, and you're like, okay, come on, you can do this. And every time they give, I'm like, by the end of the game, I'm like, please stop playing that because it doesn't, just let him pick up the first down on the second down or whatever, because I'm so tired of hearing that. And the next what was it? The next day we were doing something, and I was like, my voice was like from screaming at the game. It was. I'm not sure I even still.
I mean, even if they don't get a first down after that, it's a penalty or some stupid holding or just something. And like the penalties today, we got one in our favor. I saw roughing the passer on Baker, which kind of shocked me because I didn't know that the referees knew how to throw that. But
yeah,
how many penalties did we have today? It felt like it was like 30 penalties we had today.
I don't know. I'm gonna take a look at the stats here and just look at this box score real quick.
It just felt like every time I turned around, it was a holding or defensive holding or blocking the back or just the stupidest stuff.
The thing with that roughing the passer on Baker too is that was one of those roughing the passers that I'm like, he wasn't really roughing the passer.
Right.
It's like at least it went in our favor, but I'm like, that's the kind of roughing the passer BS call that like our guys get called on. And it's like, well, he threw the ball as he's being tackled, and the defender can't just levitate off of the quarterback.
They always
physics exists.
They always say it's the body weight, like continuing to drop the whole body weight onto the quarterback. It's like if they're already in the motion of tackling, what else?
That's how gravity works.
What am I supposed to do with this? Am I supposed to like shove it off to the side? Because it's not going to happen. It's going to go where I'm going right now. Like there's no going. All right, Belly, I need you to move the right. Can you move the right for me? Nope.
Gravity really wants that to come straight down is the thing.
All right, Doc Brown, I know you got the flux capacitor. I'm gonna need that teleport button. Let me hit that real quick. I'm gonna need to shift over a couple yards here.
So kids, if you fail basic physics, you can always be an NFL ref.
Yes.
Yeah.
And hip check people and throw a flag too.
Oh yeah.
That was.
So we told you, no one's immune, man.
That was awful. That was so.
I even loved like the way he threw it too. He's like, "Yeah, do you get 15 yards?"
But he looks right at him too. He was as he's running behind him, and he's looking right at him, and then, oops!
Like I knew they were gonna throw it anyways, but the dude doesn't even get close enough to the sideline, staring at the. Oh, Peter, I'm gonna stare at you for a second. All right. 15 yards. I got to go back in the penalty box. I'm going to leave the show to you guys for a little while because I stared at Peter too awkwardly.
I love this.
It's an emotional game. Cam got a penalty today. He came back for the first time playing with the team that drafted him. He scores the first time he touches the ball. First and goal from the 2-yard line. Cam Newton scores. He says, "I'm back."
Did he do the?
I don't think he did that.
Oh.
I think it's probably because he took off his helmet. But it's like, let the guy like have his emotions. He just got picked up middle of the week. He gets to play in the game. He gets to play for his original team.
Oh, he took the helmet off. Was that it? He said, or
Well,
he took
you can't do that. It's the no fun league. You cannot do
That's
that.
what I'm
Remember
saying.
Phil Rudd?
Not for long and no fun league. They call it the not for long league, except for if you're an NFL referee, because you'll abide by whatever they want. As long as you keep it the not fun league, you will keep your job if you keep the NFL the not fun league. If not, you will be a part of the whole not for long league.
Did Aaron Rodgers get? He didn't get flagged for the "I own you" to Chicago crowd, did he?
No, I don't.
No.
That's
Isn't that taunting?
I mean, he taunted 50,000 people. So,
it's okay. Chicago sucks anyway. So
that's true. But
did he ever get flagged? Remember a couple years ago or whatever, he did that. You guys ever watch Key and Peele? He did the triple pump.
Yeah.
I don't know. I understand. The only thing we can do at this point is laugh. We got into this conversation by penalties. The Browns had 6 for 42 yards. The Patriots had 6 for 46 yards. So almost Nick's cancels each other out.
Why do I feel like it was so much more?
Because
everything else went wrong. Totally wrong.
Because when you listen after a game, Kevin Stefanski tells you, I gotta go. I gotta be better. I gotta call better plays. I gotta be better for this team, and we gotta be better disciplined. I gotta find a way to get these guys more disciplined. Next week, 8 penalties for 90 some odd yards. An undisciplined team. I gotta call better plays. I can't listen to that anymore. It's the whole. Gotta go watch the film. Nope, gotta go watch the film.
Hugh Jackson, there you go.
Got a bunch of hard workers out there on the field.
Or we could go back even further and go, well, you could run it on 3rd down, or you can pass it on 3rd down. I mean,
no crap, Sherlock. I mean, we're being told
I guess you could punt.
Yeah, you could. Man, why not? Why not just try a 75-yard field goal?
Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, what else is going to go wrong? You might make it. I mean,
you never know. It might be that one day where that leg just feels extra good. So,
we're not playing soccer. Oh shit!
Baker threw another interception. Man, we should have kicked the field goal on 3rd down. I don't know, man.
So I just got a text from Mike Allen. He said, Kevin's going to get a letter from the league office for criticizing the officials.
Hey, you know what? Joke's on you, because I'm in the negatives anyway, so I got no money for you. You took all my money by paying for all the streaming services I have to watch your games. So I already paid my fine. Joke's on you guys.
I love it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I better just get more professional here. It's no fun league, I'm sorry for disrupting the league office and causing so much pain and sorrow for taking advantage of their
Well, I
referees.
do have to. Didn't the NFL actually come out and say in the Thursday night game that they made mistakes?
No, that was,
or was it? Which game was that?
No, so who was it? It was a ref that did it today. Said it was a holding call, and he called it the wrong person. He goes, "My bad. It is on." It was in Browns game. I thought.
Yeah. They called it on us, and
he goes, "My bad."
No, it's
My bad. I don't, guys. I mean, I don't know if we're going north, east, or I don't know where anything's going. So you know what? Penalties on both sides, just because I can.
Offset. Let's go.
And anybody that's tuning in right now, we're not talking about and getting on the refs about that's why we lost.
No. There's not even close.
No, we're just nobody's immune to this whole thing. I don't know how we got here. I don't even care, because we're still giving a lot more effort than the Browns did today. I can't tell you how many times they showed the all 22 view on a replay, and guys just jogging alongside a defensive back when trying to get open. Baker throwing at New England Patriots. Wide receivers just running alongside. Oh, we're off for a Sunday jog here. Guys, we're just in Massachusetts. Why not run down and get some clam chowder?
The leaves are beautiful this time of year.
It's snowing back in Cleveland, but I think I'll take advantage of this nice weather on this road trip to Massachusetts and go running alongside. Hey, how you doing today? Oh, I'm supposed to be running a wide receiver route. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I should have button hooked that one.
I should have come back to my quarterback and helped him out. Oh, my bad. Oh, I should have blocked that guy coming off the edge. Oh, yeah, Jedrick Wills blocking a guy coming off the edge. He blocked him and then just like kind of took a half step to the left, almost like when you got that line dance at weddings. Oh, slide to the left. Jedrick Wills slid to the left, and the guy just slid to his left and went right at Baker.
Crisscross. Everybody sack Baker Mayfield.
Oh, there was a lot. There was a lot of crisscrossing on what they were supposed to do today. Coaching staff, defense, offense, most of the special team. We're running kickoffs out of the back of the end zone. We're getting out to the 15-yard line.
Hey, but thankfully we just signed long-term deals with some of our offensive linemen. So was this a little bit of a hangover after they got those contracts signed? Because
like the offensive lineman just took them out all over. Like, we're going to Boston. Let's go.
Right. And here's Blake Hance. I mean, I know he stepped up last year, and he's
going right back to some guy named Blake.
Well, and they moved him from guard? They moved him from one side to the other, and then they moved him to tackle. So here's a guy that wasn't even on. He was basically like, "Hey, we need a body," and he did a great job for us last year. And they're just like, "Well, we'll just stick him wherever we need him," and it's like that's not fair to this guy. I mean, honestly. And he missed some big blocks, and it kills me. But I'm like, I don't want to beat him up too much because the poor dude's doing everything they're asking of him.
Well, Coach Callahan this week, I think I saw it from Matt Fontana from ESPN Cleveland on Twitter saying, thinking back on it, hearing Coach Callahan talk about how Blake Hance, probably shouldn't be at tackle. They, shouldn't have to be playing him at tackle. Yeah, you saw why today.
Maybe we need a tackle. I mean,
I don't know. We've gotten a lot off of our chest, and kind of trying to just laugh through the pain at this point. We're gonna tidy all this up on the other side of our second break, real quick. I got an impassioned plea. I just got to get off my chest real quick, and then we're gonna go around the league and hit Buckeyes and Cavs to finish out the show to feel a little bit better because those teams actually win. So. They actually do what they're supposed to do when they're supposed to do it. So on that note, we are going to hit our second break of the night. If you want Voice of the Land gear, be sure to stay tuned to this break. You will have all the information on where to get that. This is the Voice of the Land, your Browns post-game show on the Big Play Network.
Are you struggling to hire the right talent or maybe even find the right career? Vector Technical makes it easy. Since 1992, Vector has provided Ohio employers with a reliable process for hiring and have helped thousands of job seekers advance in their careers. Vector Technical is more than just a temp agency. We invest time to get to know each client and candidate personally. Vector places people in job opportunities that they are truly excited about. Interested in learning more? Visit our website at www.vectortechnicalinc.com to see a full list of our current job opportunities and to find out what Vector Technical can offer you.
Get your gear at voiceoftheland.com/shop.
Welcome back to the Voice of the Land, your Browns post-game show on the Big Play Network. Again, our voiceofland.com needs some sort of camera in here during commercial breaks because this.
Oh, we have the cameras.
Yeah, we do. We'll pay extra for everything that happens in here.
We might have to make that a premium subscription. If we'll start a Patreon. If you want to back us on Patreon, we'll put a camera and the mic so you can hear what we talk about during the breaks.
I mean, I'm the one from the beginning to indirectly put FCC regulations on us, even though the FCC doesn't regulate us. In the breaks, the FCC has no control over what we're saying. So
perfect. Well, I'm glad that happened.
We've kind of gotten a lot off our chest and about the Browns tonight. It was just it's awful, and I know we've done a lot of laughing. I just want to say that this can't continue. As much as people want to, if you're going to make mistake or make excuses for one side or the other, or you want to drown yourself or not drown yourself, but drink a bunch of Skyline chili for views, or you want to, to kind of feel better, or you want to just put out, stupid jokes that are not well timed. Like, we've had a lot of fun jokes tonight, but you put out the ill-timed, ill-advised kind of jokes to get that, or whatever. I mean, I'm not going to tell anybody how to get through their pain. We've had our way tonight. We've had, other people have their ways, but we are all Browns fans. All of us that I just described are Browns fans. We all go through it differently. We shouldn't have to keep going through this.
No.
When a team is, they're so good on paper, and paper means nothing in the off season. You can't come out and just be average or to below average. They are lucky to be 5-5 right now. Now, they had opportunities early in the season. We were saying, they could be 4-0 to start the season, and they gave away opportunities. Now, this is a team that looks like they're lucky to be 5-5.
Well, this is also, and sorry.
No, you're good.
We got a full team compliment last week against Cincinnati for once this entire season. And I brought it up on our show. Like, this is the first time this has ever happened this year. Like, we've had a actual defense and an actual offense play together and actually get a team win. Well, guess what? There's also team losses, and the defense and offense was not there. We need more consistency with this team. We do not need these little bumps in the road of, I brought up to you guys earlier, like, would this be different if we lost by 3 points and it was still like a decent game? Like, you just got your doors blown off. Like, if it was a close game and you lost, it's like, well, it's the Patriots. You played at the Patriots. It's a 3-point loss.
And you can point to one or two plays, and we can really break that down.
That would be more acceptable. I mean, and that's why I think that's why we're having fun with this, is because it is so ridiculous what happened. And what I just want to go back to one thing Kevin said. Yeah, we need to question everyone, including the coach. I don't think it's time to be looking for any changes there. But he's got to step up and go beyond just saying, hey, look, it's on me. Yeah, no kidding, it's on you. It's like that's one call you got right.
I mean, do you even at this point in time with this, I wouldn't even go back and look at the film. Be like, y'all sucked. Like, look, there's the film right there. You want to go back to that game? I don't. Let's move forward. I don't want to look at what mistakes you guys made, because you made them everywhere.
Yeah,
they were everywhere.
You don't have enough time to go through this film.
No,
and analyze the mistakes, because it would take you to the bye week.
And it was everybody that made mistakes. It really was. It was from top to bottom making mistakes.
At least 95% of the plays you can look to today. And the reason I brought up, you got to question the coaches. Too often, my only problem with Brown's Twitter is if you question something that people are one-sided on and can't see reality, then they go like, it's this whole argument. It's this awful argument.
How dare you talk about him that way?
How dare you talk about Kevin Stefanski? I never said we needed to make, and I know, Peter, you're not saying that I did, but just to clarify, we didn't say we need to make changes. That's where people think is if you question somebody, you don't want them here anymore.
Exactly.
No, but I want the Kevin Stefanski that we saw last season and we've seen in a few games this year. I want the Baker Mayfield we saw at the end of last year and a few games this season. I want the defense that we saw at points this season. That's what I want consistently. That's not too much to ask as a fan base. And for a fan base that goes through stuff like this in so many different ways, every single freaking year. Enough is enough. It's time to expect more from your football team. It's time to expect more from this organization and to call out things when they aren't right. Yeah, it's better than we've had in the past. That's not good enough. You are still a team that's never made it to the Super Bowl. That's not good enough for football being invented an hour south down the road. In this state, in this town, in Northeast Ohio, this is not good enough. This crap needs to stop.
I am totally with you. This is what, but you also got to factor in, and I'll bring it up to you. Since '99, it's been a shit show.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. S words.
Oh,
But I mean, it's been a shit show. And
I
you
mean,
know,
they can do it on CNN. We can do it too.
but
They said that.
the reason why I say that though is last year in that storm of poo that we've been a part of for how long, you got a little frosted donut.
Yep.
And you took a bite of that donut. You're like, oh, we beat the Steelers. We made the playoffs. You had a taste of what it's like to be on that other side. And now people think magically that you're supposed to be on that side. That's where I have a problem with Twitter, because magically they think that we're supposed to be Super Bowl. We're supposed to be this.
You got to earn that.
You haven't proved anything yet.
Nope.
Because look right now, look at Kansas City and look at the firestorm they're going through. But the thing is we've been so deprived of that for so long that we get an ounce of it. We get a little taste of it. And it's like, it's the best thing I ever had, even though it tastes like poop. Still the best thing I ever had. Like, you know what I mean? Like
it's like when you're single for a long time and that pretty girl just winks at you and you're like, oh, she likes no.
Yeah.
No, I mean, no, you're right.
We're
We're so starved for it.
Yeah.
We're so starved for it that
I'm lucky I'm marrying that one.
We latch on to it. So
same here, bud.
Well, I'm not complaining, man. I've been married 16 years, something like that.
I think I'm coming up on 5. So, but yeah, it's so weird that's where we're at. That everybody takes it so far to a certain way that it's like, it's like what the OBJ and the Baker hate. It was like, okay, obviously that's not working out here. All right. We can get done with this real quickly. But you have people that look at Baker like he won us a playoff game. Oh, good. I'm glad he did. But we want Baker to be better. If you just want him to lead us to a playoff game, do you think he's going to lead us to a Super Bowl? Well, and those are the questions that everybody is so either right or left. There's no in between. There's no gray area. It's like, he is my guy. I'm going to make this guy.
Yeah. Well, it's, they were saying on social media, this team, Super Bowl or bust, Super Bowl or bust. And it's like, look, maybe they're not old enough to remember, getting to the AFC Championship game and losing and how heartbreaking that was. And it's just because you get into the playoffs and you win a playoff game, as we've seen, doesn't guarantee you anything.
No.
And yes, I would love for the Browns to win a Super Bowl. All of us would. But I want a team that's in contention. And up until today, this game today, for the most part, the Browns have looked to be in contention.
Yes.
And, thank God we're playing the Lions, and we better knock the crap out of them next week, because we better not get ahead of ourselves and look to Baltimore.
Yeah, but see, like, what we're wanting is we're wanting to be the Steelers. We're wanting to be the Ravens.
Yep.
We're just not there yet. We've just stuck our toe in it for just a second. I mean, you got to factor in, they've had their head coaches for how long? Their whole coordinators, their GMs, everybody for how long? We're just starting to dip the toe in that water right now. We're just starting, and you have to no matter how crappy he calls plays or whatever it is for Stefanski, you have to ride this wave out and see it to the other side. You have to, because this whole 3 years, well, you only got me one playoff, we're going to change. This is done. You got to give Stefanski at least 5 to 7 years with this team and see what he can do, unless it goes severely south. And you have to set a culture for this team, which we started last year, and it's still not there yet. We're not at that point yet. And this is what hurts all Browns fans, is because you see the talent, you see everything else, but you're not there yet.
Right.
We've seen what they can be at their best, or what their best is for how we know them, like Coach Stefanski, Baker Mayfield, Myles Garrett, this defense, this offense. We have seen the best. Now, can they give better? As they get better, yes. The best is not the actual best yet. But when we don't see that, it's okay to criticize that, because we've set expectations. You don't give them a pass every single time. This isn't boy who called wolf, boy who called, excuse train. At some point, the excuse train has to stop. Everyone's got to look themselves in the mirror. Everyone's truly got to hold themselves accountable. Don't just talk about it, be about it. And at some point, that has to happen to get back to who you were, and then take steps forward from that point. Yeah, I don't want Kevin Stefanski gone. I'm not running Baker Mayfield out of town. I know there are some people that will. And some people will take that take that track because they want views. Either they're going to become a heel because everybody's going to be against them, or the small group that's going to rise up that haven't said anything. They're going to be like, oh yeah, I agree with you. Like they're going to have that group that loves them. No, I'm not running anybody out of town. I just want them to be their best selves and then find a new level of best every single time. Like you said, you've allowed too much crap to come into the walls of Berea that you said you would keep out, the culture you established to keep out. You got to find a way to push it all back out and get back to who you truly are. And that is how this team gets back on track. It's enough is enough.
Also, after this game, there is questions that need to be answered, but either a leader or somebody in that room's got to go, guys, what the heck just happened? This isn't us. What happened out there? And I'm holding everybody accountable. I don't care if it's the coach. I don't care if it's Baker Mayfield. I don't care if it's Myles Garrett. I don't care if it's Johnny Stanton who just came up. Like somebody has to go into that locker room and go, what just happened?
Yep.
Because this is not what we started. And somebody's got to put people's feet to the fire because that was just, it was so bad. It was bad, horrible, bad.
It was all awful. And I think to end the show after our final break, we're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to touch on a little Buckeyes, a little Cavs. We will start our final segment with our next installment of Tales of Tailgating with our very own Always Positive Jay, who was out with you actually.
Yes, he was.
At the Mac for Mutts with Top Dogs Tailgate, and for City Dogs of Cleveland, I believe that charity was for. Is that correct?
Yes, it was. We had 16 different mac and cheeses that were they were
They look good.
Oh, the setup they had there with all the food and everything else. They had mini hamburgers. They had breakfast sandwiches. I walked into this going, I'm not sure what's going to happen. And I saw the mac and cheese. I'm like, all right, I should have worn my stretchy pants today and should have not worn a belt because it's about to get real. But no, they had a super mac and a regular mac that they did. And the super mac is you can just make whatever. Like we had a dill pickle mac and cheese.
Ooh.
Don't turn your nose up at it because it's actually really good.
It sounds
actually really good.
Really good.
So, I mean, that's what we were getting into. We had buffalo chicken. We had a chili mac and cheese. We had just regular like it was unreal what they set up there for a good cause too, because City Dogs of Cleveland, we've been partnered with them ever since we started our show, and they're amazing for what they do. So yeah, it's good. It's a good time.
Yeah, I'm missing cheese right now.
I know.
Talking about that. For anybody that has the late night snack of mac and cheese tonight, you're welcome watching the show. So we're gonna hit our final break of the night, and on the other side we'll have Tales of Tailgating, and then have a little fun to end the show. This is the Voice of Land, your Browns post-game show on the Big Play Network.
Are you looking for a career in manufacturing? Vector Technical has you covered. Vector Technical is a 28-year-old staffing firm that is partnered with some of the biggest and the best companies throughout northeastern Ohio. The recruiters at Vector Technical will coach you through the entire job process and will help you land an opportunity that you are truly excited about. Vector does not add any additional fees and offers benefits as well as free online skills training through Penn Foster. To learn more, visit www.vectortechnicalinc.com and make sure to check out our job board to see a full list of our current opportunities and apply.
Welcome back to the Voice of Land, your Browns post-game show here on the Big Play Network. Let's head out to our very own Always Positive Jay for another installment of Tales of Tailgating.
And we're with the Top Dog Tailgate, Mr. Ice Cube, the tailgater, not the rapper. So,
or Gerald McNeil.
Now I got my guest host with me today to help me with the interview, my good friend Jared from. You introduce yourself.
From the Dog Stable and Legal Ambulance. We're here supporting the Mac for Mutts. So
Had a great mac and cheese cook-off, which was amazing, man. That mac and cheese, I was a guest judge.
That was some good mac and cheese for a great
He
cause.
wants a lifetime contract to be a judge, so I mean.
I don't blame him. I'm wondering why I wasn't
I
a
told the
judge.
guy, don't wear a belt today. Wear the elastic pants
I
today.
wore the elastic belt. We're good.
So what is the City of Dog? What is this for?
What does it mean to me?
Yeah.
Our tailgate group always wants to get back to the community. It's just brown stands or we're dogs. I was like, you know what? We love the dogs, so might as well help out some dogs. So every dog needs a home, so we're trying to do the best we can to help them out.
That's awesome, you guys. Well, you're a busy man. He's got to go, and we got to go. So we'll see you on the next one, guys.
Yep.
Thank you to Always Positive Jay, Jared Bates, who is sitting in for Always Positive Jay tonight, and Eric out there, Top Dogs Tailgates,
Yes.
and for City Dogs of Cleveland. Of course, if you want to check them out, I know that they always have dogs up for adoption. Where can we find them on social media, Jared?
Let's see here at City Dogs Cleveland, and also you can get a hold of us at Dogs Table or Illegal Ham in the Face, and we will get you in touch with them. Also, hit up West Third Summit. Their tailgate is unreal,
Yeah.
especially with the food. I was trying to tell you guys earlier, they have an ambulance and it's full setup with a full kitchen inside of it.
Oh wow.
Like it's got flat top, it's got stove, it's got refrigeration, everything. I'm sitting there going like this. I'm like, okay, you guys are a whole different level. I'm used to like a little charcoal grill, and to keep the food warm, which is really nice. Like the mac and cheeses, they had 2 stand-up smokers that they set at like 200 degrees and just kept the food warm and
That's
brought it
awesome.
out fresh. So they know how to do it down there. They are definitely about a good time. And the great thing is, it's only a donation. It was a $20 donation to actually go down, eat all that food, have a few beers with people, and the proceeds went to City Dogs of Cleveland.
That's a great cause.
Yeah, it's a great cause.
Also, since I'm on here, I got to do that. You can also find them at section 121 in the Dog Pound. They have a concession stand there, and they worked out a thing with the Browns. So part of their proceeds also go to City Dogs of Cleveland.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And nothing better to make you feel better than some good food and a good dog by your
is so
side.
good.
So remember, reach out to City Dogs of Cleveland or Dogs Table at Illegal Ham to the Face. They will, or at Illegal Ham, correct? Or Ham Illegal.
Ham illegal.
Yeah, it's at Ham Illegal.
I couldn't get illegal ham. It's already been taken.
Really?
Yeah, there's like a place in Pennsylvania that's known for like their ham, and they call it illegal ham. I was like, how can I not get illegal? Okay, I guess.
Yeah.
So, but
mean,
no, at
come on.
Ham Illegal and at Dogs Table.
I'm a big fan of ham. I don't know if I want illegal ham, but it's
Hey, it's not that bad.
gotcha. Gotcha. All right. So to switch gears though, to finish out the show, I have no urge to even look around the league. We know we kind of talked about a few of the games. There were crap games all around the league today. Buckeyes, they get the win against Purdue. I guess you could say Purdue were the spoiler makers for their own fans yesterday. Man, let me tell you, if Purdue would have won, this is why no one's immune. If Purdue would have won, and I would have had to hear the stupid word spoiler makers. Listen, the work I'm doing and going out and doing events, handing out prizes and stuff, and hearing for the station, the local Buckeye game pregame show before Buckeyes takes over, and hearing that word the whole time. Man, I just wanted to hit off on the microphones because I of course the Buckeyes won because you're gonna hype them up all week long. Guess what? We're the Ohio State University. We're gonna come in and whip your you know what, and they kind of did. Except defense allowed 31 points, but once you're
Hold on.
the offense was scoring so quick that
Hey, when you're up 40, what was it, 48
I
to
know,
7 at
yeah.
halftime?
Yeah.
I don't care what the defense did
Right.
because that wasn't even a normal defense. That was a freshman playing after that.
Yeah, that was here, get some experience. But I think with that game, the fact that Purdue took out Michigan State, I think that was a nice little wake up call for the Buckeyes to be like, oh yeah, we got to play them before we get to Michigan State because we've been burned in the past.
Oh, yeah.
The Buckeyes have been caught.
Looking ahead.
Yeah, looking ahead.
caught
and-
off guard. But
yeah.
When everybody's talking about them though,
Yeah.
I'm glad that Ryan Day and the Buckeyes weren't caught off guard when everybody's talking about it. It's right there. Like if you were caught off guard, it's like, well, maybe the Browns need to take on your shutting out the outside world mantra you got going in there because you really shut out everything and didn't see everything about Purdue. But I mean, Travion Henderson, the freshman running back, this wide receiver group, wide receiver U going on there, Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson. You have 5-star recruits that came to get on the field because of these guys. And Jackson Smith and Jigba, boy, I mean, he's going to be the next
I'm
Olave
so
for
glad
this
he
team.
pronounced that because there's no way I would even.
Oh, see,
There is
Let
no
me-
way.
let me tell
I would just been like Jackson, that guy. Yeah, that one.
so Jana, my fiance, doesn't remember this, and I remind her, and I even told her this a couple days ago. I was like, you know why I remember how to say Jackson Smith and Jigba's name without having to hear it a bunch of times? Because when we were driving home from her hometown of Piedmont, Ohio, and we were just driving home on some of the back roads before we got to 77, we heard the game where he had that toe drag last year. He got that one toe down right before the back of the end zone. And I came home and I watched the replay on it. And I was like, this kid is going to be good. And I was like, this became like my favorite, like under the radar Buckeye was Jackson Smith and Jigba. So like, I've remembered his name. Like, I'm going to follow this guy. I'm going to follow whatever he does. If he's not playing for the Browns when he gets to the league, because he will, I'll root against him when we're playing against him, but I'm going to keep an eye on him. I'm going to keep an eye on Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave because these guys are so good. And CJ Stroud has found something this year when everybody wanted to get rid of him early on in the season.
Oh, I tell you what he found. He actually realized that I don't have to take a game over, and
Right.
I just got to get it in their hands.
Yeah.
I don't have to do. I don't
I don't
have
got to
to
be Justin Fields.
Yes, I don't have to run. I don't have to do that stuff because all I got to do is a little 3-yard slant. And let them take it to the house. I don't have to do that stuff. Now, granted, his shots he takes downfield are amazing because
Yes.
he puts them right on point. But I mean, watching
Yeah.
this offense the way it does, because everybody's like, well, they got to put, yeah, of course they do. They got the best wide receivers that any team wish they could have. Like, I mean, you just throw it at them and they're gaining 15 yards off of 3.
Yeah. I mean, you got G. Scott, Marvin Harrison Jr., was it Ibuka or something like that?
Oh,
like
yeah.
some of these guys behind. Now, the questions of quarterback next year once Quinn Ewers is actually, because that's the guy that everybody's been looking at. I saw him on the sideline. He's still got that mullet going. Mullets are, of course, making a comeback, which is fine. But
Don't be jealous.
I'm not jealous.
Don't be jealous.
I mean, it doesn't look right when you grow out this hair. That's why I just was like, screw it. I'm done with, I'll just go with the bald head early. I don't know.
I'm thinking about going rat tail with my kids. Is that a no or
Colin Sexton style?
well, sort of.
Sort of. I mean, rat tails were actually a big thing when I was in elementary school. Like there was a bunch of kids that had the rat tail. I've been like
Peter's-
waiting to see if it was going to come back or not.
Peter's looking at me going, no.
Like, no.
What are you doing? Doing
No.
no.
No rat tails.
I think I lived through the first round of those. I think I missed the mullet phase though. So the first,
When's the flock of seagull going to come back? Like,
Give it time.
yeah,
Give it time.
Yeah.
like the hair, like right over the eyes, and kind of got like the wings going up
Give
on
it
the
time.
side.
You know that makes me think I'm going to throw it in a little movie here.
Are you?
Demolition Man.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You got it. That's one of the best
Yes.
movies about how the future is going to be, because that's like, I don't know. There's just so much perfect about that movie. It's such an underrated movie.
I love that movie.
When
That's
you
like
say
a-
the flock of seagulls here,
Yeah.
I think of that, and I think of Wedding Singer. So
Oh,
Yes,
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 yeah, I was gonna say. I
yes.
was trying to I could see like another movie that had
Yeah.
that hair in it. I couldn't remember.
do you like
But-
flock of seagulls? I know you do.
Well, I do like the flock of receivers that Ohio State has.
Yes.
And just kind of looking at Ohio State, this is where their schedule ramps up.
Okay,
You
there's
got to play
two
the
left.
two teams up north to have a chance to have that extra game to make your case to be back in the playoff. As of last week against Nebraska, I still didn't think that this was a playoff team. They're doing what they're supposed to do. They're Ohio State. They're supposed to beat most of these teams on their schedule. This is where we find out the championship medal or lack thereof of this team against the one team further up north and then the team up north. We'll see.
We can go ahead and say Michigan State. We just
Yeah.
can't say the other one.
Yeah, it's tough for me to even like say the first word because
I know.
Mm,
it's some sort of state up in the state up north.
yeah.
Yeah, you know.
You can put an F in the front of it, and, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't do that here. We
I know.
you know,
know.
we-
Different show. Different show.
different show for sure. But this is where you'll really find out this young quarterback and some young pieces on that defense, where are they truly made of? this defense kind of gives up third downs just like the Browns do.
I know.
At a college level. I had to whisper that because, people come at me, but
That's all right. No, I agree with you.
Yes, they gave up a lot of points because Purdue got a lot of opportunities to go out there and score yesterday. So it was just kind of the nature of the game. You knew it was going to be a higher scoring game, so the other team is going to have a little bit more opportunities. And Purdue is not anything to laugh at either. Like, they are a decent team, and they can put up points. Like, they have found a quarterback. They have the receivers. They got their own Rondale Moore again in David Bell.
Yes.
So they can score, but you can't give up those third downs when better teams are going to take advantage of that, gain momentum, and take control of the game. Purdue could never take control when Buckeyes were giving up some yards. It's when you give up those to better teams and then allows them to take control. That's what you're going to have to guard against in these next two games.
Well, and also with the turnovers that Purdue had. I mean, they had so many turnovers right there at the beginning. It was like unreal, and just Ohio State just steamrolled them. And at that point in time, it was, they had, what was it? Their first 6 possessions were touchdowns.
Yeah.
What are you going to do at that point in time? You can't stop that. And at that point in time, you do what you can do best is just try to maintain it.
Yep.
But, like the score, I looked at that score. That game was over with after the first quarter.
Yeah.
I'm
not going to get on
honestly, it was because it was like, what, 35-7 or something like that after the first.
So.
It was done with after the first quarter.
Yeah.
And at that point in time, you knew what Ohio State was going to do. And they're like, all right, well, we already stepped on them. Do we want to push the pedal all the way down, or do we just want to ease into the next game and keep guys healthy? Which that's what they did.
Yeah,
but
Ryan Day was smart about that.
Yeah,
so.
but like you said, these next 2 games, though, or especially Michigan State with the defense Michigan State has.
Yeah.
This is going to be the biggest test besides Oregon for Ohio State. And then Michigan. Michigan is doing something that old school football fans are loving right now because they're rushing for 300 yards every game. And guess what, Buckeyes? One thing you haven't done, stop the run.
Yeah, it feels not like that we can't beat them, but it feels different. It feels like they have found some sort of formula with Jim Harbaugh that, this 3,000 plus 300 or 3,500 some odd days that Ohio State has, or that team up north hasn't beaten Ohio State. Feels like that's like a singular focus, and they're not letting much get in their way of that focus. So you got to be on your P's and Q's against Michigan State, because you're going to have to be the same way the next week. Like, you got to get into a routine, keep your habits right now to be the championship caliber team, the best team in the Big Ten, like you're supposed to be if you want to go forward. Now, as we wrap up, how many games have you guys been able to see of the Cavs?
I haven't seen any, but I did listen to a couple on the radio.
And there's a point to this. Like, how many of you, I guess, have you wanted to watch them and just haven't been able to, or are you just deciding not to watch them? That's my bigger question.
I'm not a huge basketball fan, so
right.
I mean, it's.
But could you watch them if you wanted to, or have easy access to that?
I don't even know. I don't even know what they are broadcast on.
Valley Sports, just like the Guardians, Indians. I'm gonna still say the Indians because they haven't got a name yet.
I don't.
They're still Indians.com.
Yeah.
So
I don't think I get that because I have YouTube TV,
right?
Because I couldn't watch the.
No, if I get a chance to, I would love to. I don't get a chance to because I don't have it with my setup at home. But I mean, I catch every highlight and everything the next day, and I see what they're doing, and it's unreal what they're doing. Like, they're playing absolutely amazing. And Evan Mobley,
he's the real deal.
Holy cow, Evan Mobley,
real deal. He'll probably. I mean, at some point, and I could be wrong about this, I have a feeling he'll go through a few game stretches where, it looks like a rookie, but LeBron had those games too. He only scored 7 points when it was the big matchup between him and Carmelo his rookie year.
Yeah,
I remember that game. They wore their wine instead of their white uniforms that first year of those new uniforms that year. I think Carmelo had 14. LeBron only had 7 in that game. So, like, you're going to see those games from the young guys. But, I mean, what they're doing, the formula they found, I tweeted it out. They're playing like dogs, which can't be said about the team that actually plays in front of the dog pound.
Yeah.
They've taken on more of a dog mentality than the actual football team in this town. That's sad in a way, but it's fun to watch. The problem, what you guys just said, you can't watch them. Like, the fact that Bally Sports is not more accessible to people, or Cavs, Indians, and when they become the Guardians, those games aren't more accessible to people.
or whatever.
Or whatever.
Like Erie Monsters.
Yeah.
Is there a team that's called that already? There, I can't.
Yeah.
Shh.
They're the Cleveland Monsters, though. Like the technicality.
Don't Google that.
It's the technicality, you know. Just
Sorry.
call them the Great Lakes, just because I actually kind of, when they did that, what was that? The Little League game, and they had those
Yeah.
special uniforms for that. Just call them the Great Lakes. I don't know, but oh no, wait, that's tagline for the 5 Great Lakes that are actually here. But basically, I saw a lot of people actually starting to say this. This team is fun to watch, but half the city can't see them or more. Like,
Well,
and
you
that's a problem.
But you also got to factor in we're right in the middle of a Browns season too.
No,
this is a Browns town.
Well, I know, but I know that there's people that have kind of pushed the Cavs aside, and they're not going to watch all the games or even the whole game when they watch. But there's a lot of people that they want to watch at least bits and pieces. They want to see what's happening. They want a little fun release from what they have to
Well, no,
watch.
you're right, because
every other week from the Browns.
If I was out like working in my office on stuff, I might flip through the channels and find the Cavs and have them on. But I can't do. I literally can't do that.
Right.
Now. So
That's a problem that I think needs to be corrected, because trust me, this team is fun to watch, even if you watch them for a quarter. Yesterday, beating the Celtics, they were down 19 in the third quarter. They came back to win 91-89. Like 91-89, you don't see scores like that in the NBA a lot either. So guess what? They're actually playing defense too. What did even when LeBron was here the second time, what did we get so frustrated about? Well, they'll probably just flip the switch in the playoffs to play defense. Right now, boy, that's some crap defense that they're playing. This team has bought in. Like, they're barking at each other. They're calling themselves dogs, but they're not just talking about it. They're being about it. That's the difference right now. And where this season goes, we don't know, because it is a young team, and it could turn on a dime, or they just keep riding the wave and not just be a play-in team, but a playoff team. I'm not making any sort of declarations right now. It's only November. It's early. It's fun. I think Chris Fedor tweeted this out, or someone did a couple weeks ago. It's always rough, or it was rough when we had a championship caliber team, and it was frustrating to watch them just kind of, get everybody's best, but not really care every single night. It was frustrating to watch them. It sucks to watch a team that's so bad that's, is not going to win every night and is going to win less than 20 games, if that. Right now, they're in the sweet spot. It's a young team buying into a mentality, just playing team basketball, team sport, having a lot of fun on and off the court together in the right way, and getting some wins along the way, learning to win against decent teams. Boston's a decent team. They went up to Toronto, who was on a 4 or 5 game winning streak at that time, beat them there too. And they didn't win until the last 4 seconds. So they're winning different ways. Even when they lose, there's fun moments. So you tune in for a quarter, you're going to get some fun. I think everybody in Cleveland deserves to have that opportunity. If the option's available, they deserve to have at least the option to go watch. If they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. That's each their own. But at least give more people the option to see the other teams beyond just the Browns. The Browns will always be the main team, and they should be the main team. But allow Cleveland fans who are loyal to all their teams have the option to watch all their teams when they are in season. That's all I'm asking.
Oh, that's a good point.
But trust me, it is fun. So if you get a chance, or you get some sort of way to watch them through the different channels that there is,
I apologize for that. That was mine.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. That means it's time to wrap up the show. That's what that buzzer means. So just got the last shot in before the buzzer, because I'm Kevin and 7. I always come in clutch when it matters most. That's going to wrap it up for this edition of The Voice of the Land. Jared, thank you so much for coming in.
No problem. You know that.
Jay, I know, was hanging with family tonight, so all our best to his family. Everything's good. They were just having good family time, so that's always more important. Family will always come first, and that is the main message here from The Voice of the Land. So thank you, Jared. You are part of our family, so thank you so much for coming in.
Not a problem, guys. I appreciate it. I love it every time I come on, especially when we get a laugh like we did today. So that it makes it a lot better. So
be sure to follow him at I Am That Fat Guy. Follow the shows at Ham Legal and at Dog's Table, and catch them Tuesdays. Illegal Ham to the Face at 6 and Dog's Table at 8 on
with
Tuesday
the
nights.
exception of this week, because we have a special live show. We are going to be out at the Office Lounge on the Wednesday at 8:00 for a dog stable and a legal ham. We are going to be showing off Slice
Plug
them
that.
up.
Where are you guys going to be? Like, where is the office at?
It's in Strongsville. I don't know the exact location of it, but it is right next to Slice 'em Up Pizza. And we're
Okay.
going to be showing off the office lounge and Slice 'em Up Pizza. So check it out. We will be live showing off everything, food and everything there. So
Be sure to check them out. So, and follow them on Twitter for all the updates on what you guys can expect out at those shows. So thank you so much to Jared. Thank you so much, Peter. You are the producer extraordinaire for a reason. Been with you for high school football and the show, and now we're got high school soccer tomorrow night. So be sure to tune in to the ChagrinValleyConference.com for high school soccer all-star. Trust me, CBC TV, the production that Steve Hare, the information director, and Peter has put together for all these high school athletics is a sight to behold in itself. Whether you like soccer or not, it is a sight to behold for the production we have been able to put together, and that is all a credit to Steve and Peter and Jim, Mike, your son, Peter, being on cameras last night out in the cold, the whole crew, Double A being on the call. Can't do everything without you guys, so thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I'm Kevin Arnold, reminding all of you, don't let anyone ever tell you it's just a game, and we love you all 3,000. All the best. Stay safe out there. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you all in a couple weeks. We'll be off next week as we got CBC TV responsibilities. Stay tuned to @VTL_pod for all those updates. Until then, have a wonderful evening, everybody.